Best Inshore Reels. Welcome back to the Fishing Expert channel. Today, we're diving into the world of inshore fishing to explore the best reels that will elevate your angling game. Whether you're targeting redfish, snook, or flounder, having the right reel can make all the difference. From durability to drag performance, we've got you covered. We'll be breaking down our top picks, comparing specs, and sharing tips on what to look for when choosing your next inshore reel. So grab your gear, and let's get started on finding the perfect reel for your next inshore adventure. Number 1. Shimano Stradic FM Spinning Reel. The Shimano Stradic series has been my favorite inshore reel for years, a status that hasn't changed with the FM iteration, despite some very stiff competition on the market. While the FM doesn't do much to differentiate itself from the previous model, the FL doesn't need to. The FL was one of the biggest jumps forward in quality and performance for the series, and the FM simply carries that on. This reel performed incredibly well during all phases of testing. It's light and easy to cast all day long, but more than capable of handling larger fish and longer fights. Most notably, it barely flinched when landing several large blue catfish I caught while striper fishing. The Hagain gears and frame lived up to legend status, and I didn't feel any flex or experience any degradation of smoothness through months of use. The Stradic's performance made it my favorite reel for my favorite activity, tackling medium to large redfish on the flats. Overall, the Stradic FM is the perfect inshore spinning reel at a price that's hard to beat. Number 2. Daiwa BG MQ Spinning Reel. I'll be honest, when I saw the moniker BG on this reel I assumed what it would fish like. As a longtime user of the classic Daiwa BG lineup, I was expecting a reel that carried most of the same qualities that the BG is known for: dependability, simplicity, and being heavier than a brick. I could not have been more wrong. When I first picked this reel up, I thought it was way too light and good looking to be a Daiwa BG. I know that may sound like I'm throwing shade at the older BG models, but I assure you, I'm not. I was actually a fan of their heavy, durable feel, and they always performed well enough for me. In reality, I'm simply amazed at just how much of an improvement the new BG MQ is over the older models. The new all-aluminum body and enhanced gearing, combined with a style makeover, helped make this reel virtually unrecognizable as a BG. An upgrade hasn't been this drastic and complete since Steve Rogers went into the machine and came out as Captain America. The best part? After months of thorough testing, I can comfortably say the BG MQ hasn't lost any of its hallmark durability and strength. Number 3. Shimano Vanford Spinning Reel. The Shimano Vanford is a Stradic crafted with CI4 plus carbon material to reduce overall weight and size drastically. I've always been a huge fan of the Stradic CI4 plus series, as their lightweight and compact design made for an incredibly comfortable and enjoyable reel, particularly for light tackle. The Vanford continues this trend while making some significant upgrades to enhance durability. While the basic design of the Vanford is essentially the same as the Stradic, the CI4 Plus material allows for a more compact frame while significantly reducing weight. It still includes high-end Shimano features like X-Protect and Hagain gearing. It also includes the cross-carbon drag system, which has proven to be a much smoother and more durable upgrade over previous felt drags. The one-piece bail design is also a significant improvement, preventing the corrosion and bail loosening of older models. The reduced weight and compact design make this reel more versatile than similar reels in its class. A larger size is still capable of fishing lighter tackle, while smaller sizes still have the backbone to catch big fish. Number 4. PENN Spinfisher 7 Spinning Reel. The PENN Spinfisher lineup may be the most storied saltwater spinning reel name on this list. While previous iterations had notable issues, it seems the new Spinfisher 7 is doing its best to reclaim that former glory. Growing up, PENN reels were synonymous with quality and dependability to me, so it was a hard pill to swallow when I had to acknowledge they had fallen off significantly. Given their history, it was a true pleasure fishing the new Spinfisher 7 and feeling that same assurance and sturdiness of older PENN reels. The first thing that struck me about the Spinfisher 7 is how solid it feels. The full metal body has the right combination of heft and rigidity I expect of a saltwater workhorse, and it's surprisingly smooth on the retrieve. The Spinfisher 7 is also well sealed from top to bottom, with an IPX5 waterproof rating for the drag and internals. The strength and durability of the Spinfisher do add weight, making this reel a hefty 12.3 ounces. While that's not terrible, it's almost twice the weight of some other inshore-specific reels. This weight can make it tiring to cast all day but is less of a hindrance when fishing live bait or jigging. Number 5. PENN Pursuit 4 Spinning Fishing Reel. Finding any reel capable of withstanding saltwater under $100 is a challenge, let alone one specifically designed for it. The PENN Pursuit 4 is one of the rare spinning reels that's built to handle the rigors of saltwater while not breaking the bank. One of the first things you notice right out of the box is the amount of plastic used in the construction of this reel. While that's obviously a drawback for long-term durability and overall strength, it's worth remembering that plastic doesn't corrode. Though not as fancy as its higher-end PENN counterparts, the Pursuit 4 still carries many of the trademark features that have made PENN so popular in the salt game. With a durable, corrosion-resistant graphite body and sealed stainless steel bearings, the Pursuit 4 is well-suited for targeting inshore game fish. Its drag system is smooth and easy to manage during fights, although somewhat weak at only 12 pounds. This reel has a slightly bulky overall feel, with a heavier bail and frame than most of the other reels on this list. The reel itself is comfortable to fish, but its heavy weight and bulky build make it less suited for continuous casting. Additionally, it's not nearly as smooth as the rest of the reels tested, but at this price point, that's to be expected. Number 6. Shimano Sustain FJ Spinning Reel. The Shimano Sustain FJ occupies a tough space in the inshore spinning reel market. Historically, the Sustain series was seen as the bridge between the Stradic and the ultra-high-end Shimano models like the Stella and Twin Power. However, with the ever-improving quality of reels like the Stradic and Vanford, it's hard to say where the Sustain fits in these days. That's no fault of the Sustain, as this reel is still top-notch in just about every way. From a features standpoint, the Sustain FJ still has the edge in a few categories. In addition to Shimano staples like X-Protect and Micro-Module 2 gearing, this reel takes the best elements of the Stradic and Vanford and combines them, while adding a few upgrades. Featuring the same Hagane aluminum frame as the Stradic, the Sustain also utilizes CI4+ material to reduce weight and increase rigidity. Perhaps the rigid support drag system is the biggest upgrade over the Stradic and Vanford. The rigid support system utilizes the cross-carbon drag of other models to keep the reel from flexing and the drag smooth under heavy load. This feature is particularly noticeable when fighting stronger, faster fish and makes this reel more capable for offshore and big game use. Number 7. Cast King Capstan SE Spinning Reel. The words budget and heavy-duty saltwater reel rarely go together in a meaningful sense. The rigors required for fighting big fish in harsh environments typically dictate the cost. That said, the Cast King Capstan SE does a remarkable job of making the case that low cost doesn't mean low quality. Let's start with the nuts and bolts since the Capstan SE boasts some impressive features for a reel at this price point. It has an IPX6 waterproof rating thanks to 15 Everseal rubber gaskets. With a primarily aluminum body and graphite rotor, this reel is extremely corrosion resistant. The Capstan SE also features a 5-disc carbon fiber drag system, which is both corrosion resistant and has an impressive 30 pounds of drag. Lastly, the hardened manganese gearing combines with a stainless steel main shaft, which creates a sturdy reel capable of handling intense fights. Number 8. Shimano Twin Power SW Spinning Reel. This reel is a joy to fish, full stop. Of course, that should be expected at nearly $600, but it's still impressive just how nice the Twin Power SW feels in your palm. Fully sealed and loaded with all of Shimano's top-tier features, including a beastly CI4+ carbon handle fighting knob, the Twin Power SW is an absolute weapon for tackling big games. This reel put the hammer down on multiple 40 and 50-pound class redfish, allowing me to land them in a far shorter time than other anglers in the same school. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the best inshore reels. We hope you found the perfect reel to up your fishing game. Which reel is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to share your own fishing stories and tips. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more fishing gear reviews, tips, and adventures. Join our community of anglers. Catch you on the water. Until next time, tight lines.